We can guide a spacecraft across the distance to the moon with exact precision. We can calculate its descent, adjust velocity mid-course, place it on a surface we cannot see from Earth. And then, right when it gets there, we lose it. Not gradually, not through noise or distortion. It just disappears. The signal cuts cleanly as the spacecraft slips past the edge of the moon. Telemetry drops to zero. No position updates, no system data, no confirmation that the landing we just executed is still unfolding the way we intended. Up to that point, everything holds. Trajectory is stable, systems respond, commands execute. Then the connection ends. There's no direct line to the far side. We know this. It's calculated down to the second. The loss is expected, rehearsed, written into every sequence that leads up to it. And still, when it happens, it doesn't register as part of the system. It feels like something in it broke. There's a moment where the data stops and nothing replaces it. A gap. No, not a gap. An absence. And inside that absence, the spacecraft keeps going. We just don't see it. We don't know. It happens again on the next pass. And the one after that. Every time a spacecraft slips behind the moon, the connection ends the same way. No signal bleeding through, no weakened link hanging on. Just nothing. The blackout is complete. And it lingers. Long enough for systems to keep running without anyone watching. Long enough for something to shift without being seen. Mission control doesn't respond during that time. It can't. There's nothing coming back. Commands hold. Monitoring stops. The exchange, if that's what it is, just cuts out. Then, as precisely as it vanished, the signal returns. No warning. Data resumes midstream. Systems report nominal operation. The spacecraft carries on as if the silence didn't register. We find out after. Always after. There's a rhythm to it. Contact, loss. Contact again. Clean. Repeating. Orbital. At first, that rhythm feels manageable. Predictable systems are easier to trust. But this one doesn't close the gap. It outlines it. And once you see that clearly, the silence stops feeling temporary. It becomes a condition. A recurring state where control simply isn't there. Even while everything appears to be working. The explanation is direct. Radio signals travel in straight lines. The moon blocks them. When the spacecraft passes to the far side, the line between it and Earth breaks. So the signal stops. There's no failure in that, no anomaly in the transmission. The physics is stable, predictable. It matches every observation we have. Nothing about this is mysterious. And still, it doesn't quite behave like something that's been resolved. Because the explanation accounts for the loss of signal, not for what that loss sets in motion. We can send a spacecraft into that region with complete confidence in its path. We know where it will be, when, what it's supposed to do when it gets there. And then we let it continue without us. There's no adjustment once the silence starts, no correction, no confirmation. Only what we decided beforehand. Preloaded intent, carrying forward on its own. For a few minutes, everything that matters is happening outside of contact. That should be fine. It's expected, designed that way. It isn't. Because the system is still close. The spacecraft hasn't gone anywhere, not in any meaningful sense. it's still moving exactly where we sent it. Distance hasn't really changed. But something else has. Access drops out. And that separation holds, even while everything else stays within reach. Inside Mission Control, the silence isn't abstract. It's on the schedule. A countdown runs, not toward the landing itself, but toward the moment all confirmation drops out. Everyone knows when it will happen, down to the second. No one can delay it. Commands go out just before the cutoff. Final adjustments. Last checks push through while they're still aligned. Then, nothing. No confirmation those commands took hold. No way to correct them if they didn't. The system keeps moving, but the loop that usually defines control is gone. Control depends on response. There isn't any. For these minutes, the spacecraft isn't being guided. Not really. It isn't being monitored. It isn't even being seen. It's carrying out decisions made earlier, under conditions that have already changed. That's where something shifts. Because the mission doesn't wait for the signal to come back. Critical steps can happen here. Descent, surface contact, transitions that would normally be tracked second by second. Instead, they happen without us. It's easy to call this a gap, a temporary loss. That's not how it sits in the room. There's a moment, small, easy to miss, where someone almost says it's routine. Almost. It is routine. But routine doesn't mean controlled. The signal will return. It always has. That part isn't in question. What is? Is everything that happens before it does. The geometry is correct. Nothing in the model is failing. The moon blocks the signal. The signal stops. It returns when the path opens again. There's no error in that. It's a limit. And for a while, that distinction holds. The blackout sits where it's supposed to, inside physics, inside the plan, already accounted for. But inside the silence, something else starts to press. Because explanation doesn't extend control. It just explains why it disappears. The missions still depend on sequences that have to run cleanly. Timing has to hold. Systems have to respond. The spacecraft has to behave exactly as predicted. Not because we're guiding it, but because we can't. That dependency isn't in the explanation. It falls out of it. We know exactly when the signal will drop. We don't know what happens while it's gone. And that gap doesn't soften with understanding. It sharpens. Edges get clearer. Less room to negotiate around it. There's a point where the explanation stops stabilizing things and starts exposing them. A boundary you don't cross with better math. You just mark it. The spacecraft is still close. The path is still controlled. The mission is still proceeding the way it was designed to. But the design includes stretches where nothing can be changed. Not corrected. Not even checked. And that's where the explanation runs out. Because knowing why the silence exists doesn't make it smaller. It fixes it in place. The silence doesn't change. So the system does. If the signal can't pass through the moon, then it has to go around it. Not by bending physics, just by adding something that wasn't there before. A second presence. Placed where the line of sight doesn't break. That's how the far side becomes reachable. Not directly, it never is. The connection gets routed through a point that can see both sides at once. A relay. It holds the link when everything else would drop it. And for the first time, it looks like this silence can be avoided. Looks like. Because the blackout doesn't go away. It shifts, moves outward into another part of the system. The original constraint stays exactly where it was. The moon still blocks the direct path. The geometry hasn't changed. We've just put something in between. Now the spacecraft doesn't speak to Earth. It speaks to the relay. And the relay speaks to Earth. The line is continuous again, but it isn't singular anymore. It depends on something that has to stay aligned, stay active, stay there. All of it, all the time. If that relay fails, the silence comes back immediately. No warning, no partial loss. It just drops. The system folds back to what it was, which means the connection was never truly continuous. It was being held in place. And anything that has to be held can slip. So the absence doesn't disappear. It changes role. It becomes something the system has to keep pushing back. Constantly. The signal doesn't disappear anymore. From mission control, it looks continuous. Data keeps flowing. Commands go out, responses come back. The silence that used to define the far side isn't visible in the same way. On the surface, it's fixed. But the structure underneath is different. The spacecraft isn't connected to Earth. Not directly. It's connected to something in between. Every instruction passes through it. Every confirmation comes back through it. The system still works, but the relationship has shifted, quietly. That's easy to ignore. At first. Because nothing obvious is missing. Telemetry is complete. Timing holds. Operations move forward like the gap never existed. But the gap didn't close. It moved. It's sitting inside the relay now. Inside its alignment, its hardware, its position, something that has to stay exact, not once, but continuously. That requirement doesn't show up when things are working. It hides there. The system feels cleaner, more stable. The silence is gone from view. Until it isn't. Because if the relay drops out, the system doesn't fade. It snaps. Back to absence. Back to the condition where nothing can be seen, nothing can be changed. No transition. Just the return. Which means the control we're looking at isn't something we hold directly. It's being held for us. Maintained. And maintenance. Doesn't always announce when it's about to fail. The connection holds. Until it doesn't. And when it breaks, there's nothing underneath it. No partial control to fall back on. No reduced view. No degraded awareness you can still work with. Just the original condition. Silence. That's the part that's harder to ignore the longer you look at it. Because even at its most stable, the system isn't continuous. It's being carried across points that all have to stay aligned, stay operational, stay exactly where they're supposed to be. Remove any one of them, and the continuity drops out. What's left isn't weaker control. It's none. So the far side never really folds into a single system, not completely. It's accessed in pieces, through windows that open and close, sometimes by orbit, sometimes by infrastructure. But they still close. The difference isn't between connection and disconnection. It's between how it disappears. There are stretches where everything is visible, measurable, responsive. And then there are stretches where it isn't. Not occasionally. built in. Even with layers of technology covering it, the underlying condition doesn't go anywhere. It sits there, unchanged, waiting for the moment the structure above it slips. And it doesn't need much. Which means the control we talk about isn't something we continuously have. It's something we keep getting back. For a while. Then losing again. And whatever happens in between those intervals stays outside us. Not distant. Just out of reach.